James Doherty, and we are Sierra 55. This is Laurel, Nolan, and John.
And James, why are you out here?
To help.
Okay. Can you explain to the viewers on what you went through to get here?
It was a lot. We came down working for a PMC company. I did, and the PMC company was ran out by some locals after, I believe, week 2.5. So after that, they told me they had to get out. I relinquished my title and my position and said I'm staying with my dog. The people needed help down here. He understood. He was completely nice and calm and collective. So we started taking supplies, getting our dogs ready, and we just started working, building a team, getting it together. The more affected areas we seen, the bigger we got, the more things we got, the more people we were able to help.
So you have a group of 5. You originally came out here through your employer. You quit so that you can stay out here and continue to help people. Nolan, what about you?
So I'm 21, 22, and I was coming up to North Carolina after the hurricane so that I could help out the folks out here. I live in Florida, and so, both hurricanes hit Florida first. And so for the first few weeks, I just ran around, helping the folks down there, getting the trees out of the roads, that kind of thing. I just stopped going to work so I could help everybody out there. And then I heard about an opportunity to come over here. So when I heard about that opportunity, I came up to North Carolina to, just see what I could do. And I was here for a couple of days passing out food and water. On the second day that I was out there passing out food and water at this church, I saw these 2 guys, James and John. Saw them in the church, and they looked real tired. And now the difference was, what we were doing, we were passing out food and water, right? And it wasn't that hard. We worked for 8 hours a day. We were done at 5. It was fine. These guys looked tired, and so I thought, I want to talk to them, see what's up with them. So, right, I talked to them. They told me that they're in search and rescue, and as soon as they say that, I think that's what I need to be doing. Like that's how I can really help people. Not that distribution of food and water isn't helping, just that's where my heart was. So I kind of walk away, and it just kept being on my heart that I should go talk to him and see if I could help him. Thought the answer would be no, but I was like, okay, Lord, if you want me to do this and help them, meaning that I would stay here longer, not knowing how to get home, then they're going to still be in this church building when I come back. And so I came back, and when I walked in the room they were in, they were walking out of the church to leave, and I wasn't going to see them again because I was going to go home that night. And I yelled over, I said, hey, and James turned around, and he said, yeah. I said, you guys need any extra hands out there? And James said, you going to be here tomorrow? And I said, yeah, because if he needed my help, I was going to stay. And I said, yeah. He said, be here at 10. So since then, I've been rolling with them, and since that day, it's gotten so much bigger. We've been able to help so many more people, and that's been a huge blessing.
So basically, you all, for the most part, came out here separately. You've joined teams because your heart to serve Americans in need grew you guys together. And now, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are the top or chief SAR team right now. So can you explain and try to articulate, like, okay, we see a lot of polarizing stuff on social media. What's going on behind the scenes? Is there still a need? The hurricane hit 6 weeks ago. Why are you guys still here?
The need is definitely still here for help. We don't have, we have people living in U-Haul trailers. I have a 72-year-old lady living in a U-Haul trailer. We couldn't keep her insulin warm, so she was hospitalized or cold. There's still X amount of people missing that they're not disclosing. There's people living in tents in front of their houses, whole tent cities. There's devastation not only in the bigger cities where everybody gets to see, but also the smaller communities. And the help had left because everybody thought it had been, the help hadn't left, it had dwindled because everybody thought it was just another hurricane. But what they don't understand is, there's people that have nothing left, and they're stuck in the mountains, and it's getting cold, and there's no shelter other than a tent and a propane heater. Here directly in this part of Tennessee we're seeing people get sent home because they don't have food to feed the volunteers anymore. Some of the places aren't taking donations anymore because they're being told by larger entities that people don't need help anymore. When the people are begging for help, and it seems like no one's answering the call. So, somebody's got to answer the call. Find a point of contact. If you don't have a point of contact, we'll be your point of contact. a point of contact, and we can point you in directions, or your point of contact should be able to point you in directions. It's everywhere. I mean, there are churches everywhere. I would find a church that can point you in the right direction if you don't want to contact a team like ours. Any agency, as far as the churches go, definitely can get you in the right place.
Can you walk us through like the last week of your work? Like, what you guys had to go through? Was it easy? Was it hard? What did you guys go through the last week?
The last week's been pretty challenging. We came up for some R&R, and then we got stopped by a local EMS and a out-of-state detective that were waiting on a SAR team. They asked if we were a SAR team. It turns out we are. I wouldn't say it's been difficult, but it's been very heartfelt and enlightening and inspiring and eye-opening. But no, it's been a great week and a half. It's going to get better.
How much longer do you think there's going to be a need out here? Are you guys almost done, or is this something that's going to take a long time to get back to normal, if ever at all?
All the SAR teams that we've been talking to, and all the commands, and all of our comms guys and technical guys, and all the guys projecting everything is talking. At spring, we're only going to be about halfway. At spring.
What needs to be done next? Where are you guys at as far as the recovery?
As far as recovery goes, if we need more cadaver dogs to come back. We need more teams to come back. We need more aerial support, thermal, LiDAR. Actually, not even thermal, LiDAR, sonar, some 3D mapping. We need more support. We need more volunteers to walk the fields and the rivers. We need people to man the phones. We need people to man social media, to scan things, to ask the families and relatives for information for all of these people. We need manpower.
Is the loss of life underreported?
Absolutely.
So in mainstream media, it's saying, and it's still a lot, 200-300 people passed away. How much more? Again, you guys are boots on the ground, so there's a certain level of you're going to just know more than what I'm going to know when I'm sitting on my couch watching TV. You guys are in it. You guys are being heroes. You're helping.
We were asked to keep that private and not disclose that information, but they said don't disclose the exact information, but it's in the thousands.
And how many people would you say are still missing?
We can actually report that. Total missing, I believe, is 567 right now.
567?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how are you guys as far as support? Are you guys running on fumes? Do you have enough support financially? Supplies? Where are you guys at with as far as?
We're running on fumes. Every team out here is running on fumes. Our dogs are tired because there's so few teams out here left. We are running on fumes, but at the same time, we are still being blessed at the last second to keep going, and we're going to continue going until we run out of resources.
And what's your biggest need right now? Your team.
My team, funding, veterinarian care, funding for gear like we could use. We're doing a lot of travel in vehicles. We could use side-by-sides from four-wheel drive vehicles to get up the mountains. We came down here in our personal vehicles. That's not even my personal vehicle out there. That is, we lost reverse dropping off a donation to a animal rescue company, and she said you can just back out. I said I don't have reverse. She said, oh, you can take our SUV. He had to have his truck brought up from South Carolina. We could use mobilization, and that's for all of us. Like some of these SAR teams, a lot of these guys are volunteers. Like they're volunteer SAR teams that just have HRD dogs. HRD is human remains detection dogs that have been trained, and these guys are volunteers. They're not actually real companies. They don't have any real funding. They don't have side by sides to get their dogs up. We have needs to keep going.
Can you